Hello everyone, and welcome to part 4 of the Secrets of Magic, a 10-part Pathfinder 2nd Edition actual play show featuring brand new rules and content from the upcoming book, Secrets of Magic. I am your host and GM for this session. Hi, I'm Jason Bullman. I'm the Director of Game Design at Paizo, and I am joined today, as I have been for the previous 3 weeks, by an amazing cast of folks, and I'm going to pass it on over to them so that they can introduce themselves and their characters. Xander, take it away.
Yes, hello, I'm Xander Jeanneret, and tonight I'm playing Ingot, the Crystal Wizard Dwarf. Very excited to figure out these mysteries and find out what's going on in this town.
Hi, I'm Michelle Bradley, and I am playing Hachi, who is a kitsune witch, and I have a little blue serpent dragon on my shoulder named Bug. Bug's very quiet unless Bug is hungry, and then Bug will devour all souls at all times. Fun fact about Hachi that we've kind of like just never really got around talking about. In my picture, I've got 9 tails, which is how many tails a kitsune should have. If you look at the rule set for kitsune, they gain 1 every like so many levels they obtain. But for some reason, Hachi only has 8. And we'll never discuss it again.
The name is Hachi?
Stranger still, you normally wouldn't gain them until later levels, so you actually have more tails than your level would normally indicate.
There's a lot of stuff happening, and it's never we're never going to address it. It's like I like to do some Paizo shows where I mean Jason knows this. I write like 3 pages of like stuff on the characters, and most of it never ever comes back out. It's just here, it lives in my head, and that's it.
Very cool.
We'll get to it one of these days, I swear.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, I'm London Carlisle. I am playing Don the half-elf Magus, and I actually survived last session, so happy to be here.
I don't believe you are still on fire.
Yeah.
Oh, great, yeah. Put some water on me, please.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's fair. Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Bonnie Gordon, and I am playing your halfling summoner, Fairel. Ooh. Don't let me spit dirt on you. Of course,
your delightful Eidolon companion, Fang.
My sweet Eidolon Fang, who I believe is also still on fire, so we'll get to that.
But who's counting?
Yeah, you know, hopping right into it. Yeah, no, it's a poll. Who's on fire? It's fine. It's fine. All right. So, we'll get to sorting out who's on fire and who's dying here in just a second. When we last left our intrepid band of adventurers, 4 enigmas were sent from the College of Mysteries in Absalom to explore a strange magical phenomenon occurring in a tiny desert town in Thuvia. They made their way to this tiny community named Zaltir, and upon arriving quickly came to realize that the rumors were indeed true. The people of this small town had developed magical powers, and many of them were taking advantage of these powers, and with some pretty predictably dangerous results. Almost immediately upon arriving, you ended up having to fight off a bunch of animated servants in the local bar. The next day, you had to contend with a catfolk merchant who was using powers of illusion to pawn off goods that were worth far less than the prices he was charging them for them. And then, when you were starting to investigate this mystery and making your way around town to ask some folks some questions, you noticed that the east side of town had suddenly burst into flames. The party raced into action, chasing the smoke and fire as it made its way through town, herding chickens, diverting livestock, and generally just kind of making their way after this creature made of pure flame. This running fire, called a striding fire, was running through town, lighting a number of the gardens alight. And the party managed to catch up with it just as it was attempting to cross the bridge back to the other side of the town. It was going to cross the Jeanneret and head back to the other half of the village. However, when it approached the water, a wave of water kind of rose up and splashed at it, extinguishing some of the fire and driving it away. That wave mysteriously then vanished itself. However, the fire creature turned all of its fury on you. Suffice to say, the battle was quite fierce as a number of you caught on fire. Don Doom was knocked unconscious and close to death, but miraculously saved by the heroics of the rest of the party, and the fire creature was defeated. But I think when we left off, the fire creature had just been vanquished, and I want to get back to the map here because it has my notes on it. Yeah, here we are. Looks like Hachi is on fire and Fang is still on fire.
Yay!
And literally just as this thing kind of vanished in a flash of smoke, leaving the rest of you standing there looking at kind of each other, and well, some of you still on fire. So we're going to go ahead and resolve that here really quick as we pick up this particular session. Hachi, we're not in initiative anymore. I'm not really concerned about it, but I'm going to ask the two people who are on fire, what are they doing about it? Hachi, what are you doing?
A quick note, just as a point of order too, I believe Hachi still has fire resistance 5 from Ingot's
correct.
energy protection spell.
Yeah, so you're on fire, but it's more like you're being tickled by warmth. It's not really that bad.
I very calmly walk over to the water and I jump in.
And that will, of course, extinguish the flames immediately without need of a further check. Fairel, what are you going to have Fang do?
Well, Fairel's going to look over at Fang and grab a stick and go get it, boy, and throw it into the water. And have him rush into the water and douse his flames as well.
Yeah, he goes chasing the stick.
Yeah, you want to play fetch while you're on fire? Actually, he'll probably roll on the ground a little bit. You know what? I should probably just put him out myself.
He goes chasing the stick, flopping into the water, and he's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. I just wanted to make sure everybody had a direction they were taking on that. Now, with the fires all extinguished, I'll go ahead and remove those markers from everybody so that we know that those are out. The only thing left actually, you know what? I just realized. Don Doom, you're on fire as well.
No.
Yeah, you are.
What Don? Yeah, that's true. I know. I was watching that. I was like, no. So what Don
Ingot
does?
tried to smother it with his body, but it didn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how Fang caught on fire, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. What Don does to sort of, quell these flames is just a simple stop, drop, and roll. He doesn't quite want to get his cards and everything wet into the water, so he's just rolling around.
Of course. Why don't you go ahead and bounce me a flat check real quick? We'll see if you manage to put this out.
All right, that's a 9.
Oh,
so no. All right.
No.
Retiring these dice. Okay.
Where are you at? Where are you at in hit points? Are you very low?
I would say so. I would say yes. I am very low.
In that case, you take another point of damage, and you can give me another flat check at the end of the round.
All right. Come on, 5.
Oh no! Ingot's gonna start panicking and fanning the flames on accident.
We're all just kind of sitting back and watching him just not be able to take.
Hachi, Fairel, help, please!
So Hachi is climbing up out of the water. Fairel and Ingot, what are you doing to help? I mean, look, poor Don Doom out.
Music cage.
I feel like I love the music. I feel like my brain power went to taming those chickens earlier. I'm trying to figure out how I can help. I mean, can I just point to the water and be like, my dude?
Offering advice. The water.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get
I'm not fast enough.
I will show you. It is now the power of the earth. And Ingot will pick up a handful of dirt and start pouring it on Don Doom. Try to smother the flame.
All right, yeah, sure. Go ahead and give me another flat check, and with that and the rolling around, we're going to make this real easy.
All right. Going with the pink dice this time.
Yep.
Yeah.
19.
There you go. The fire is out. Before you took more damage, which was the key, because you are dying 1. All right, so the fire is now completely out. Can those of you who are over on the land over there also, and not, let's just say not Don Doom, who's busy rolling around in the dirt. So Ingot and Fairel, can the two of you give me a perception skill check, please?
Yes. No, natural 20.
Well, that's quite good.
Yay. A 31.
Bunny, looks like you crushed it as well with a 19.
Oh, I was muted. Sorry. 32 total.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all right. So both of you notice this. You are standing there kind of looking at the aftermath of this kind of messy fight. And across the way, you see, and this is across the water, you see Imra kind of skipping along the bank of the Jeanneret, and she's on the other side of it. But you notice she's kind of skipping along, and she's chasing another one of these little fire dragons, and she's kind of soot-stained.
So this was the girl that we met in the beginning who was dancing, also had a fire spirit around her, and we see her now running away.
Yeah.
Wait! Imra, wait!
She like sees you, and the moment she sees you, the little fire moat just kind of pops and vanishes. And she immediately just kind of sees you and squeaks and just kind of bolts off into town.
Oh, after her.
Yeah, should we? I guess we should go after her.
Don Doom is still picking himself up off the ground. Hachi and Fang are getting up out of the water. So, yeah, I mean, you're getting yourself put back together.
Ingot and Fairel look at each other and how short our legs are, and we're like, we're not doing that.
we start to run and like just be like, yeah, it's not gonna happen.
That kid is way too fast.
Well, and frankly, Don Doom also has the wounded condition. I think I might have said dying earlier, but you have the wounded condition, not dying.
Okay, so that's less concerning.
Oh,
dying is bad. Wounded just means that you've taken a pretty serious beating, and you need to kind of heal that. The way that you can make that go away is by making a check to treat deadly wounds, and that can make it go away. So, but that takes 10 minutes, and then you can kind of patch that up and make it go away. You definitely don't want to wander around with that thing on, because you die a lot easier when you have the wounded condition.
And I do not need that.
Yeah.
Can I do a medicine check on him and
absolutely,
heal him?
Yeah, by all means.
I would like to do that. Let's heal my good friend here. Let me roll a d20. But with a 14, so that's a dirty 20.
Nice.
Yeah, that's going to be enough. So that will, I believe that's still going to heal some hit points, which he certainly needs as well.
Yes.
Yep.
Struggle.
So it's going to heal.
I'm thinking what level I should do this as.
Well,
I guess it doesn't matter because I'm not taking any actions.
Well, if you were just doing the base level, it's going to be 2d8, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll keep you walking.
I'm gonna assume that unless you say otherwise, you're just doing the base level of treat wounds. You're not trying for the higher level, which actually carries a chance of failure.
That's true. You get 9 more hit points back.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
I can help
so
also. I'm just incredibly sopping wet over here, but if you can wander over here, I can also help you. But if you're good, then you're good. I mean, up to you.
Well, hopefully we can rest soon. That might help. What do you think? Are we able to take a lie down?
We're so close to the shrine. We should probably go and talk to the priestess. But then after, yes, I agree with Dom. Let's go to sleep.
Yes, Dom, can you stay alive for about 10 more minutes, maybe?
There's a chance. There's always a chance.
Ingot will have your back.
Can you please not die until tonight? It would be very inconvenient.
You have till 9 o'clock.
This is not on the schedule. I'm sorry.
I'll put it in my planner. Of course,
yeah,
Hachi,
no,
yes.
Yeah.
We're on a time constraint.
So, you're going to make your way to Sunrise, then?
Yeah, the Shrine of
Yeah.
Sarenrae.
Yeah.
Since we're so
Alright,
close, and
Okay. So yeah, let me just go back to the map of the town, so that you get a sense of where that is, and let me also, while I'm here, so there were these fires, right? And the townsfolk look like they have pretty adeptly went and dealt with them.
Good, great.
You know, as it turns out, there is kind of sand everywhere, and that is a pretty effective way of putting out fire.
The power of the earth.
Yeah, exactly. So those have all been taken care of. I'm going to go ahead and move those so that you don't see them anymore. And we'll go do that. And so the place that you are heading to is just off the map, down off this path down here. So you make your way back to kind of the southeast of the town, and you're able to kind of very easily kind of head out that way to the shrine to Sarenrae. You can see it. It's plainly visible. The east side of town has kind of two main features. One is up the path you are heading, up a slight hill. There is a kind of long, narrow building perched up at the top of this hill, mostly facing east, and that is what the locals described as Sunrise, the temple to Sarenrae. Then to the northeast, kind of up in this direction, the path leads into kind of a valley that looks like it has a few small kind of tributaries that are running from the mountains way off to the west. They kind of travel through this valley, and it's kind of a low area. I wouldn't call it a swamp because there's just not enough water for it to be called a swamp. But it is kind of a bit of a scrubland, and even from here you can tell that it is filled with goats. And looks like the primary place where the goat herds keep all their goats. So you make your way to the east here to Sunrise, and you climb up the hill to make your way to the small stone shrine. It's not a particularly large building. It looks like it could probably seat about 50. It's kind of long and rectangular. It flares at one end, and to make your way inside, you actually have to head to the east side of the building because it has gigantic doors there that are thrown open to allow the sunrise directly into the worship area. And you make your way there, and the doors are currently open. And as you look inside, the ceiling up above is also open to the elements. It rises up, but leaves a like a skylight running all the way across the top. So there is this bright shaft of sunlight that strikes the floor of the shrine. And inside, you can see a couple townsfolk, here, giving up offerings or making small prayers. They're sitting at various pews. And up at a glass and stone shrine, up at the far end, is a younger human woman. She's Katapesh in origin, and she has kind of a very warm skin that glows in the light. And she is wearing the traditional trappings of Sarenrae, so it's mostly reds and whites. And she is down there, and she just finished speaking with a townsfolk and kind of sent them on their way. And she looks up as the four of you enter. Well, five of you, I suppose, counting Fang. And she says,
Bug.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yes, Bug. No, there's. You brought a whole menagerie. No, she looks at all of you. She looks at all of you and says, the travelers. Well, one of many. Welcome to the Shrine of Sarenrae. Are any of you faithful? Have you come to seek the Dawn's blessing?
Yes, I'm Don. Nice to meet you. Indeed.
Sure, yes.
She kind of looks at you with a wry smile. Yeah, no, yeah. She welcomes you up to the altar.
We are looking for Idrina Dawn-Kist.
Then you are in luck, for you have found her. She looks at you with kind of intensity. She has a very warm smile on. She's very she looks very happy to see you, but she has a fierceness behind her eyes that she means what she says. You can tell. What has brought you to my humble shrine?
Well, first off, we have a lot of questions, but second off, technically should be first off, we were told that we should tell you about a certain villager that is conning the villagers? The other villagers.
Someone has
you need to take care of during the council meeting of some sort. We're not really sure how things go around here. You know, we're new in town and whatnot, but we just wanted to let you know that Felson is not actually selling what he's selling, if that makes sense.
Felson has always been untrustworthy in some of his deals, and it is not the first time that someone has come claiming that he has dealt with them unfairly. However, most of our investigations have revealed that he is just cutting himself a very good deal. He's never gone so far as to commit fraud. Is that what you are implying here?
You
Was
might
there
want to
magic involved ever?
Yes, actually. Let's just say, and I'm going to take Fang's collar. I'm going to take Fang's collar off his neck. It's like, let's just say, when I bought this, it was covered in rubies. I like it better this way, but you know.
I
put it back on Fang.
Well, we don't have a magistrate here in Zaltir. The town is frankly too small to ever really need one. However, recent events have led us to reevaluate the situation. The council, which consists of town elders, meets infrequently, usually once per week, just to discuss town matters. We will certainly have to bring this up. Has he been apprehended?
No.
No, he
We're
ran
not
away.
sure where he is.
Yeah, we didn't really have time to catch him. We're not police officers. We're here from. We are here to investigate your magical stuff that's happened here. Everyone has magic now, just naturally. It's very weird. It's very unnatural. But yes, the little cat merchant is loose in your town somewhere, and I'm sure he'll be back. There's always things are still in his shop.
He's like a stray.
Have you been afflicted by magical effects, priestess?
I was gifted at a young age with the blessings of Serenray, and they have always come naturally to me. Perhaps with all of this they have grown, but not in an appreciable way. Most of the folk in town have found themselves with abilities they do not fully understand, and I have tried to counsel them in my own way. These are gifts, blessings. I cannot speak where. I do not put much stock in the rumors that are flying around town. There are some who believe all sorts of outlandish things about where these might come from. I am merely trying to minister to this flock. They are frightened. Not that they will say it. They merely are concerned about these powers that they do not fully understand. They do not know. There are some who are afraid that they are gifts that come with the price.
Most magic has a cost.
We're here to help find out. Sorry, there's a
delay.
delay.
For that I am, for that I am grateful. I am a humble servant of the Dawnflower. I am no expert in matters of magic, aside from those blessings which are gifted to me by the goddess. I am glad that you are here. You say you are from Absalom?
Yes, we are enigmas.
Indeed. From the college.
I'm afraid I don't rightfully know what that is, but I assume that if you are from Absalom, that you must have some amount of learning about such things. We are out here in the middle of the desert. We live simpler lives than I'm sure you are accustomed to. But this sudden phenomenon is beyond my ken.
There's many theories about where this magical phenomenon has come from. Which one do you think is the correct answer?
And does that involve a bird?
Yes, does it involve a bird?
Yes, I heard that rumor as well, that there was a bird, that there was that the divs were involved. There's all manner of story flying around. I frankly cannot make heads or tails of any of them. I can tell you what I know. And that was about a month ago, just over a month ago now, a storm rolled into town. And it was after this storm that everything changed. Now, perhaps it actually changed before that, but the effects were so subtle we did not know. I can honestly not say. But they were definitely present after the storm, and the storm was an unusual one. Being here in the desert, we rarely see storms of this fury, except for in the early parts of spring, and, well, that is not now. This one came rolling in with wind and lightning, but no rain. It boiled overhead for hours, and bolts of lightning struck many homes and businesses. There were 3 homes in total that were destroyed, 2 in town and 1 on the outskirts. Not to mention the fact that the old shrine to Nethys, was entirely destroyed and buried by the storm. I even heard rumor that for a brief while the waters of the Jeanneret boiled. But frankly, I believe those rumors came from Gagar, and he is not exactly to be trusted when he is deep in his cups.
In your religious opinion, do you think there's significance in the storm hitting the shrine of Nethys and not Sarenrae?
The storm also hit 3 homes, and they are also unrelated. I do not see that there is a connection here. The lightning hit places at random. The shrine was very old. It predates the town almost, so... And that makes it thousands of years old. Rumor has it that back when Nethys was a mortal man walking these desert lands, he stayed here once. That is why there has been a shrine, but it has never been a holy site or a place of many pilgrimages. Every once in a while, a scholar will visit and go to the building, the old ruins. It was never really much of a building at all. It was in fact the old inn, which is where this shrine was located, because it was said as that is where he slept. That one night he stayed here. But these are all rumors, stories told over countless generations. How much of it is true?
Well, one thing that we do know is true is that the priest of Nethys, Aliet, is still missing. Is that true?
Yes, and he's not alone. There are others who have gone missing as well. The family who lived out at the smaller farm ranch on the outskirts of town that burned down, they have not been found either.
Okay, so we're missing a priest and a family.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a large family. It was a father and his son.
And the other houses that were struck, the folks who lived there, they were not also missing, correct?
They managed to escape. Their buildings, their homes were destroyed, but most of them have been taken in with relatives here in town.
Interesting.
They lost a good many of their possessions, but that was it. And ever since then, folks have been developing magical powers. At first it was small things. folks being able to move cups or coax plants to produce fruit. Small things, but they seem to be growing.
So is this growing
Most
like?
disturbing.
Is this growing in a way that their powers are getting stronger and they're able to do more things, or are just new powers popping up here and there?
She looks at you with a bit of a helpless shrug. I wish I could say I have so many duties here in the shrine, tending to folk and their needs, from wounds and cuts and ailments to hearing their confessions and their thoughts and their desires for Serenre's purity. I do not have time to run a complete survey, so I'm afraid all I can say is what I have seen and what has come through the doors of the shrine. And the folk of this town come here for many reasons, some for absolution for their misdeeds, some for wisdom, and some for guidance, some for justice. All come here for Serenre's warmth and her blessings. In this, they tell me things, and many of those things are told to me in confidence. However, their burgeoning new abilities, I don't believe, fall into that category. I can tell you this. In most cases, it seems that folks of this town are receiving gifts that they would find useful. Few have received things that they have not found innate use or have a need of, and it seems that over time those powers have been strengthening.
I know that's true of Felsan, for sure.
Apparently, not everyone's needs are, well, pure. It is unfortunately true that there are those, even in our small community, that have a seed of wickedness in them. But that is why I'm here. My job is not a simple one, but it is rewarding. The folks of this town are good people. They genuinely care for one another and those who visit, and I hope that you will not judge them harshly for their irresponsible use of these gifts.
Well, speaking of the light of Serenre, do you have any to spare for us? We've come to tussle in saving the town and could use a bit of patching up.
She looks at all of you and says, "Oh my, you do look like you've been through the worst of it. Does that have to do with the fires? I was about to come investigate, but they were put out almost as fast as they sprung up."
It was a blessing of a townsperson gone amok.
Well, let me see what I can do to aid you. I have some magics about me that I might be able to use to help you with your wounds.
Hey, get the NPC to do it.
There you go.
She, from underneath her robes, she pulls out a golden symbol of Serenre, which she holds in front of her, closes her eyes, and mutters a prayer to the dawn. And as she does so, the holy symbol glows with a radiance, and all of you are healed 16 points.
Yay!
That's a lot.
She's a professional.
I'll take it.
Not like us.
Yeah, wait a minute. I took offense to that. Hold on.
No, I'm just kidding.
Don't be dissing my mud, yo.
No, not at all. Never. I love it. My skin has never been better.
We love the mug.
She says, "Are any of you still wounded? Do you need additional blessings?"
Just a skosh.
Oh, I mean, I'm like a little beat up. I could use I don't know, a little more.
And Gond was on
me
death's
too,
door.
actually.
Yes.
Can't you still see the sort of the char from the attack? It's painful.
Done. You still look pretty bad.
With the wound, yeah.
I'm about halfway there, you know.
All right. She reaches out to you in specific and reaches out, muttering a prayer to Serenre, and you get back 41.
Oh,
Oh, okay, great. I'll take it.
I need to learn that one.
Yeah.
As the light fades from her symbol, she says, I am happy to provide aid to those who have come to the defense of this town. I have limits in what I can offer, as there are many who are in need of my blessing. But as long as you are here and helping this town, if you stop by my shrine, I will do what I can to assist you.
Keep vigilant as these gifts grow stronger, as more townspeople will need your healing touch.
Indeed.
Yes, these
indeed.
are no longer gifts to be turning into curses for your town, so you should be wary.
Yes. Is there any other questions you had for me about this or the town?
You know, I probably had quite a few, but the whole run-in with the fire and the chickens, I really should have written this down.
She says chickens. I see there was quite a bit of pandemonium down in town. Well, should you have any other questions of me, you can find me here. As I said,
I'm any lead on where the priest of Nethys may have gone to? Maybe someplace he frequented?
Elliot?
Yes.
Elliot, well, he was a peculiar young man. He came here to town from Osirian and came here in search of this shrine. And after studying at the foot of the previous keeper of the shrine, upon her passing, he took over. And frankly, mostly kept to himself out at the shrine. He would collect, donations from those who visited, and use that to supply himself and provision. But mostly he kept to himself. He was a quiet, intense young man.
I know some of the villagers, they were saying that if the storm buried the shrine, they were worried that he could have possibly been buried alive within it. Do you think that's a possibility? And if so, would he still be alive?
Well, it's been a month now, and although I know that he had some magical talent, I find it hard to believe that he could survive buried underneath the sand for an entire month. But I suppose anything is possible. I heard that in our last council meeting, it had been decided to send a small group of strong, able-bodied folk to go out and attempt to dig out the shrine, if for no other reason to assess the damage and see whether or not it was worth saving. But it will take them days to dig it out. The sand swallowed it up. It is never been particularly well situated. It is in fact why the town moved to this location over the years. Zoltir is a very, very old community. It has been here for thousands of years in one form or another. Abandoned at times, left swallowed by the sands for centuries, but always folk return here. And in those long years, the town has drifted and shifted its location, moving as much as a mile here, a mile there. But Zoltir continues to endure, and these days the population is relatively stable. Good number of folk.
Well, it's about to get a little unstable.
Well, you are quite right. We have had a large number of visitors over the past month as news has spread of these gifts.
Has people acquired gifts who are not from this area, who have simply visited?
Yes. Those who visit after staying here for a week or more slowly begin to develop burgeoning magical powers themselves. If this continues, I expect there to be an influx of those seeking magical power, and frankly, I am afraid.
Then that means not even we are protected from this.
No.
Sorry, there's a delay.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Frankly, I think that there the number of folks who will come to this town, the number of people who will come here, I worry that many of them will come seeking magic, not out of a desire to be benevolent, but for their own foul ends. I worry what that day may look like.
It's good instincts.
Well, thank you for the healing. Yes?
Oh, I was going to look over at Dawn and be like,
do we remember how long Ventarius Fig has been in town? Because that's a nobleman that I particularly do not want to have developing magical powers.
No, his whole city is just full of, let's not go there, but I don't recall him saying. It was a while before we even got his name.
The priestess looks at you and says, I do not know this Ventarius. I've heard his name mentioned once or twice, but he has not come to this shrine.
Well,
He doesn't
maybe
seem
we
like
could run
the
him out of
shrine
town
type.
for a week.
Yes, I'm afraid I don't know anything about him. Well, if you have any further questions or musings, I can frequently be found here. I have services every morning at dawn. If you are interested, by all means, please come and accept the Dawnflower's blessings. You will, of course, be welcome here.
It's so
Thank
early.
I'm not really a morning person.
I'm not getting up that early. Do you have like a noonday service? Maybe I could be there for that. I don't know.
I'll do it for the Eastern times.
Yeah, is there like a service brunch with, bottomless mimosas included or something? Everyone gets a blessing. You get a blessing. You get a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're wanting the shrine to Caden Kalian. They're the ones who have who have early morning ceremonies with mimosas. All right. Well, the group of you are, you can take a look around, but it doesn't seem like there's too much else here. What do you want to do next? It is getting later in the day.
Yeah, even though we were healed, I feel like we're all exhausted. And just shuffling through the streets of the town, we're all just like weary and bleary-eyed.
Sure. All right. Well, it is late afternoon because remember you spent most of this morning standing in line at Felsan's. Finally got into Felsan's, dealt with the cat, and then went and decided to go visit the shrine, but ran into the fire. So by the time this is all said and done, yeah, it's been a long day. So you can make your way back to the Drowsy Camel. That a problem?
I would say before we retire, we might want to stop at Imra's home and maybe speak to a chaperone or parent of some kind. Just kind of maybe keep the fire dances to a minimum. If they were, they might not have been responsible for the fires, but that's the only conclusion I can think of.
It looks pretty suspicious.
Yes, I mean, she was right there when it happened. Could leave a note, if you want.
We could just send a messenger or a note of some kind as well.
Well, so just so that you have a full understanding, if you take a look at the map, the fires started over here, and up there. You all saw, over there, and there. And you saw Imra over here.
Right.
Kind of skipping along the banks of the water. And she was soot-stained, but she wasn't, like, near the source of the fire, just to make sure that you all have a good mental map of what I'm talking about. You also know that she lives up there to the north, or at least you think that's where she lives.
I'm also picturing, do you remember that old meme of like the house burning down and the girl like looking directly into the camera
yes,
with like a
like,
smile?
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so cute.
I hope chestnut.
Yeah.
Cute's a word for that. Yeah, sure.
Cute, yeah.
So cute.
Maybe she was at least witness to what happened. If it wasn't one of her little spirits, then maybe it was a person or somebody else who made that elemental go through town.
That is quite possible.
A lead.
For
Well, what do you
tomorrow,
want to
though,
do?
like,
You want to get rest, or you want to go check this out now? Your call.
I think Ingot is already sleepwalking into the bed at the inn.
All right.
yeah, one more elemental,
so-
I'm dead, so I'm taking a nap.
Nobody needs more elementals. All right, so you make your way to the Drowsy Camel, and by the time you arrive there, right, the Drowsy Camel is it's a little early for their evening service, but you make your way there and find a table where you can get some food without too much trouble. Let's see, who else is here?
Just to clarify, how many inanimate objects are moving around, if any? Just to, prepare myself mentally in case something goes awry, like silverware flying, a broom hitting me in the face. Typical Tuesday.
Currently, there are none.
Great.
Lovely.
Yeah. True to her word, Neressa has given up on animated servants, and you are all able to kind of it's the service is slower as she is now having to go from table to table, but fortunately it's not very busy right now. You see a couple townsfolk at some of the back tables, and well, everyone's favorite nobleman is also here up at the bar drinking palm wine. So Vintarius is here. Yes. So, unless there's anything in particular you want to do, it's pretty easy for you to get some food and head off to bed. Vintarius looks particularly grumpy right now, and you're not sure why.
I feel like that was a prompt for Don to.
I'm done with this guy. I'm done with this guy. No, I can't do it.
Okay.
That's London. Okay, that's London. No. He'll go there. He'll go there for sure. So seeing this, what were you saying? Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, does it look like he's holding any of the objects that he bought from Felson earlier?
Yeah, there he is. There he is. Yeah.
Smarmy look.
Cool. Yeah. Don would just kind of like casually like walk over a little bit and excuse me. Does anyone know where I can borrow a fork?
Nerissa sees you and is like, "Oh, I can get you a fork." And he kind of looks at you with a bit of a snarl, and is just, yeah, you don't see any of the goods that he bought recently.
Oh, darn.
So Don takes a seat just next to him, props his elbows up there on the counter, looks over.
Yeah.
I believe you and I got off on the wrong foot. I'm Don.
He looks at you. Vintarius Feg.
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 Nice to formally meet you. Feg, yes. How long have you been in town, Feg? Of course, we're newer here. You saw us come in. Just curious about the timeline of things here.
He's like, I've been here about a week now. Just getting my lay of the place, investigating it for interested parties back in Igorian. Why? Why do you want to know?
I'm just curious. Just asking to make conversation. I'm just interested in your passage here, as we're travelers as well, just looking for recommendations on, things we should do in this small town. This place is smaller than our usual stomping grounds. Just asking. Simple.
Well, my business here is my own, and although I'm sure it is quite similar to yours, I don't think we have much in common, to be honest. He kind of eyes you up.
Fair enough. And with that, Don is just gonna to give like a cursory. He's gonna give a cursory look for sort of any sort of signs of change. Like, is there anything in the demeanor that's changed in sort of like a magical way? If I can make a check for anything like that.
Give me a perception check.
Let's do it. All right. Perception, that will come out to 22.
Ooh.
Yeah, you don't notice anything too unusual. I mean, he did buy some stuff at Felzon's earlier today, but you don't see any of that stuff, as if, frankly, it didn't look like stuff that he would exactly wear anyway, so it may just be up in his room, but his general disposition makes you think that he, too, has discovered that the goods were not quite all they were cracked up to be. He seems to be in a rather foul mood, whereas normally he's been busy drinking and kind of partying it up. Kind of treating this town as his own personal vacation spot. But right now he just seems to be in a rather foul mood.
Right. Earlier I was also cheated by the merchant. Is that what has your face so upset?
He looks at you. If I get my hands on that lying cat, he'll be short one more life at least, let me tell you that. If you see him, I'm putting a bounty of 10 gold just for sighting him, so that I might go and deal him some Chilaxian vengeance. But
10 gold, you
around.
say,
Yes, 10. 10 sovereigns. 20 if you bring me his tail.
I look over at Fang when I hear that. I was like, you heard that, Fang? We might have a job.
Listen. Okay, that sounds, very, very nice and well, but why don't we make this even more interesting? If I propose a little game, what do you say to that? A game in which maybe we can turn this 20 gold with the tail into 40 gold with the tail.
He says, what do you have in mind?
Simple. A coin game. A coin toss. Heads and
Coin
tails.
toss. Well, what's in it for me if I win?
Well, we'll see to it that Felzon is not an issue, free of charge. Perhaps.
Huh. Perhaps. He looks at you with... yes, my favorite sort of bargain, the perhaps bargain. I am guaranteed to have to pay you more if I lose, and you are perhaps going to perform a service if you fail. This sounds like a wondrous deal. Yes, please, bring it back to Jelliax. I wish to bring this to all of the churlish gambling houses about your maybe deal.
Perhaps there is a tale. Perhaps there is a tale.
Yes.
So sassy.
Are you in or not? Now, we are on a tight schedule here. We have...
If you would like to flip your coin, very well. But we shall be using one of mine, not one of yours. I've seen your gambling ilk before.
How do I know you didn't get one of those coins from Felzon's earlier? It could be some trick, some illusion.
He gets out a platinum coin and slaps it down on the table, and it bears the stamp of the thrice-stamped House of Throne. He says, I believe you can trust the value of this coin?
Mine's better. Oh, well, in a way. And I slapped down my silver piece, but it is very shiny, and it just like, would probably sparkle in the light. There's not a speck of dust or rust or grime on this silver piece that I lay down pristinely, very carefully. Now, I'm not slapping it down, very carefully on the countertop. You can look it over if you'd like.
He picks it up. Is there anything unusual about this coin, or are you just picking it because it's yours? I'm not asking you as him. He's not saying that. This is me.
Yeah.
The GM saying,
So this is my predictable silver piece.
Okay. He's going to make a perception check then to see if he notices anything odd about it. And that's a pretty lousy roll. So he doesn't notice anything, and he's like, he looks at you and he's like, well, I hardly ever gamble with silver, but in this case, fine. He picks up his platinum coin and puts it back. He does look at both sides. It has a heads and a tails, I'm assuming. Yeah.
It does. Has a heads and a tails.
Yeah, all right. All right. But I shall do the flipping.
That's fine with me. But tell me first, heads or tails?
Yeah. Heads.
Heads. Great. I reach for the coin, pick it up, and I go to place it in his hand. I present it to him like this. Yeah. But I casually rub the side of tails with my thumb on the back of it, placing it in his hand. Activating where it will land on the side that I rubbed.
Nice.
Huh. Let's see. Give me a thievery check.
Yeah.
That wasn't that good. It's a 10.
Do we have a hero point to reroll?
You do. You all have a hero point. So if you want, you can spend a hero point to reroll that.
Do it.
I will spend that hero point.
Yeah,
spend a point. 20.
Yay!
Okay. He does not appear to notice and flips the coin, and then it comes up tails, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm assuming you did this so he would lose.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Yes.
He flips the coin, and it flies through the air. And he kind of, he takes it and kind of, you see him have it dance across his knuckles a bit. He clearly knows his way around coins and coin tricks. And he flips it through the air, slams it down without looking at it, and he looks at you with a confident smug, and he says, now the die has been cast, as it were, perhaps you'd like to sweeten the wager. I shall make it 60 gold. However, if it comes up in my favor, you shall be my errand boy for a week.
Can I cast detect magic?
I am no one's errand boy.
All you have to do is win this simple coin toss.
Detect. You said detect magic.
I was gonna say, can I cast detect magic on this boy's hand to see if he's doing anything weird? Because he's holding the coin still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so yeah, he is, and it looks like he tried to manipulate the coin while he was about to toss it. You have no idea if he was successful. You could cast detect magic, but casting it would be very obvious in this setting.
Okay, never mind.
So if you lose, you shall do my errands and bidding for an entire week. And if you win, I shall increase the bounty to 60 gold. Do we have a bargain? Have a deal?
I serve no one. I won't do it. Call the whole thing off. Nope. I can't.
He says, very well, very well, very well. And he reveals his hand and looks down, and he looks in shock, as you won. And he goes, fortunate for me. And he sets the coin back down on the table, and he's staring at it rather intently. And he looks rather vexed.
Well,
we'll
be around. We can settle these.
My time.
as Don, takes a coin, spins back around to his friends, and just sort of says, sometimes some bets aren't worth placing. I knew I would win back there, but my honor is important to me.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Okay. 26.
Nice.
It's really clear that he thought he was going to win that. Like he had the confidence of someone who had manipulated the results, not realizing that you had a magic coin that made it impossible for him to do so.
Right.
The way he reacted to that looked flummoxed. Like he was like, "Oh, that's weird. Okay, well, looks like I got out of that one lucky." So yeah, he just kind of is sitting at the bar, and you see him quietly like pull out the platinum piece and roll it across his fingers and flip it through the air and slap it and look, and he's like, huh. And he does it like 2 or 3 times, and it's just like, huh. All right. Well, the group of you are able to get some food in you. That's not a problem. The bar next door is open and serving again. They're once again serving plenty of fish and tubers and vegetables and grilled leeks, and they've got a garlic salad, and they got a whole bunch of food here tonight. So you're all able to get some food, and your friendly barkeep serves you all evening, Nerissa. But once you're ready, you can toddle off to bed. Nothing extraordinary looks like it's about to happen tonight. So unless there's anything else anybody wants to do, we'll fast forward to the next morning.
Obviously spending 10 minutes to, gain my focus, spells and whatnot with Bang and all that fun stuff. I'm sure we're all doing that in some capacity. Getting all our spells back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all of your focus points are going to come back in the morning anyway. And,
right. Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So you're going to get all those back in the morning, and all of your spells as well. So you'll be fine. If anyone's down any hit points, you can probably heal that up before you go to bed. There's plenty of time. So some medicine checks, but I'm not going to make you roll them. We'll just have everyone go back to full. Yay. All right. So it is the next morning. You all get some rest. You go back up to your the merchant's suite and are able to get a good night's rest with the stars wheeling overhead. You can all smell the faint smell of like wood smoke, but it smells kind of charred. It's probably the remnants of those gardens and buildings that got put on fire. Still kind of wafting through town, but it's not strong, and you don't see any glowing lights or anything. So things seem to be under control, but this town seems kind of on edge. You notice it in everyone's faces. Down in the bar today, as you're nodding off to sleep, you can't help but think that the townsfolk that came in all looked tired, kind of wary. It's kind of a long day, and between Felson's cheating half the town out of money and this fire creature running rampant over the east side of town, folks just look kind of tired. They've had a long day. So it's the next morning. Yeah. Is there anything anybody wanted to do before you guys head out in the morning? I'm assuming everyone's doing their preparation and getting ready for the day.
Yes. I was gonna say, if possible, Ingot is gonna try to wake up as early as possible towards the dawn just to see if it is possible. He does not.
All right. So you're able to kind of get up early and, well, you try to get up early, but yeah, you miss it. Yeah, doesn't happen. Anybody else trying to get up to the morning service? I'm assuming no.
I'm good.
Yeah, that's what I
feel like we do.
I'm sleeping.
All right. Well, what do folks want to investigate today? Yesterday, you went out and talked to the priestess. You've got some burnt down buildings that you know about. There's that shrine out in the desert. There's folks you could go talk to. What's the party interested in tackling next?
Ingot is interested in finding about this buried shrine to Nethys, and perhaps even talking to the people that are working on uncovering it.
Yes, maybe we could help move that situation along a little quicker.
Okay.
Especially since one of the theories is that the magical gifts are given to folks by the god Nethys. So we should probably investigate the shrine and see if there's any clues there. Also, a possible priest buried alive.
Or any clues to where he may be.
All right. Okay, so you pack up and begin making your way out to the shrine. As I mentioned, it's not very far away. It's like, about a half hour to an hour walk outside of town. And not so much because of the distance, but more because it's just the desert and it's a little hard to make your way. It's about a mile walking through loose shifting sand. It's not exactly a fun journey. But yeah, you're able to make your way out of the town and make your way to the north. Let me go back to the town map here. And so just so that... Oh, that's really weird.
He's still hanging around.
We'll have to solve that up. Yeah, no, he refuses to go away. That's really weird.
It'll go away.
Yeah, I think someone... Yeah, someone on the map on who's doing the broadcast
side
needs to click. Yeah, no, I can't do it. So
Adam.
they get to live with him until they figure it out. It's fine. The shrine is to the north west a ways. So oh, that's hilarious. Okay. So the shrine is up to the northwest a ways. It takes you about half an hour, 45 minutes to get there. And the journey is pleasant. It's early in the day. The sun is starting to climb, and its hateful rays are starting to cast down upon you, but it's not yet blindingly hot. It's still relatively cool here in the morning. And after about 45 minutes, you kind of... It takes a bit to find out where you're going because there isn't an obvious building. And in fact, after climbing up several dunes, eventually you stumble upon the right one where you're overlooking kind of a flatter piece of terrain. And off in the distance there is a small work site. That's probably the best thing I can describe it as because it's not... There's no building. You can only make out... Here and there, you can make out a few tumbled pieces of stone that clearly look worked, like they're walls, but you're not seeing a full structure. You're only seeing like the top of old walls. So you see a crew of, let's see, I think there is... Yeah, there's 4 folks out here digging with simple shovels. Just trying to dig out this shrine. And if you've ever dug sand before of this scale, it's slow work. because, as it turns out, it constantly tries to fill back in the hole. So they are digging away, and they've brought some wood planks out here to kind of prop up some areas so that they can dig a little bit more efficiently. But they're just having a slow go of it. And you make your way up, and there's a rather big foreman. Looks like he might be a mason by trade. He's got like a bunch of masonry tools on his belt below his apron. Big fella. Looks like a half-orc. And both of his tusks have silver rings pierced in them. And he kind of looks at you and he goes, he looks at all of you and he's like, oh hey, did the town folks send more people? I could always use more hands. He kind of looks over you and he's like, no, you're probably not here for the digging.
No.
Of course not. No, unfortunately.
not those fineries.
Yeah.
Fang and I look over and I was like,
I don't mind digging a little if you're willing to answer a few questions of ours, but Fang here is actually quite a good digger.
and I'm gonna send Fang over to start digging.
He starts doing the yeah.
Carefully.
He looks at you and he says, "The name's Drakren Voss. You're free to help. It's going to be a while, so any help we could get would be appreciated. If you got questions, I'm happy to answer them. For what I know, I mean." He kind of looks around. What's on your mind? What brought you out here?
We're investigating the magical happenings of your village.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't really know much about that. I hope you didn't come out here to pray at the shrine, because it's about 15 feet down.
Yes, we know it's gotten buried. What we're here for is to find out perhaps why this place in particular was struck down by lightning and buried in an act of what seems to be nature, but was probably magic. Do you have any... Have you seen anything strange? Was this shrine of just a big metal pole in the sky, or do you have, any reasons why this place might have been targeted, especially?
Well, I mean, no, I don't think it was a big metal pole. Does that attract the divs?
No, but I don't have time to explain.
I heard they were responsible for this. Are they not like metal poles?
Unclear. I'll have to check a book about that later. Have you seen any divs running around? Anybody else? Any tracks?
Well, to know that, I would have to know what a div looks like. Do you know what a div looks like?
No, have you seen anything besides humanoid tracks in this area before you got here to dig?
Oh, I'm not much of a tracker.
Okay, all right.
Clearly.
There was a lot of sand, and it was piled up very high.
Okay, besides sand, have there been any other objects on Earth besides sand and rocks?
Oh, you said rocks.
Okay, I'm out.
I thought you were just gonna be sand. No, but we did find one other thing.
What's that?
We found this, and he takes you around one side of the shrine, and there on the stone, right? So it looks like you're walking around the ruins of a stone-walled building, right? But if you had these ruins and you filled them up with sand, all that would be sticking out is like about a foot of stone, right? So it would look like a building that had just been demolished and all that was left is the foundation, when in reality what you're actually looking at is the top of the walls. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So on the wall, mounted to the wall, is on one side there is what looks like it was some sort of icon or symbol or something, but it's hard to make out because it's melted and burned. And it looks like it was made out of metal.
Okay. Can I do an arcana check on this? Or would it be a religion or occultism?
Well, you can make a lot of different checks on it. Different checks will reveal different things. So if you were to... You can decide what check you want to try and make, and I will tell you relevant information based on the type.
Okie dokie. I will do occultism, because that seems a little easier. Yeah.
Go ahead.
But that's good. 17 plus 14 is a lot. 20... What? Nope, 31?
30.
All right.
So, you're not sure what caused this. Occultism isn't telling you what the cause here is or anything like that. But the one thing you do riddle out from this is that this was clearly a holy symbol. Occultism knows about holy symbols and things like that. So does religion, obviously. I mean, you can get knowledge about God's holy symbols from a lot of places. But this one in particular is one that some occultists find interesting because it looks like it was the symbol of Nethys. Now, Nethys' symbol is a mask that is half white and half black to represent his creative and his destructive sides. The god himself is often depicted, or herself itself, is often depicted as half burned and scorched and half kind of young and vibrant.
Two-Face, got it.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Harvey Dent.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You
okay,
solved
so
it.
this is everybody.
It was a coin flip.
The clue is that this was a Nethys temple or shrine.
Yep.
So that's all I got.
They get their powers from Harvey Dent, and we are all Batman.
Is what I'm getting.
Yeah, that's it.
If we were to
released the
dig
vigilante archetype, yeah.
Does it look like there are more symbols that could possibly give us some kind of clue under, like as we go further down the wall? Like, does it seem like maybe Michelle might know from her check, like if there's more symbols below it, or?
Well, you could attempt to dig below it, but you knew this was a shrine to Nethys, so it's not really all that big of a surprise that there would have been a symbol to Nethys on one of the walls. The fact that it's all melted and burned is a little curious. Does anybody want to give me a nature or arcana check?
Nature check. I will do a nature
Arcana.
check.
Arcana.
Oh.
That's pretty
Okay.
good. 32
22.
Arcana.
Ooh, crushing it.
22 nature.
Yep.
25 Arcana.
25. All right. So the group of you look at this and you think, and you come to the conclusion that you're pretty sure that this was caused by lightning.
Lightning.
That the symbol was struck by lightning. However, the bit of nature in there told you that this wasn't just like someone casting a lightning bolt spell. This was probably a lightning strike, which is far more powerful than a spell. Lightning that falls down from the sky does a lot more than just a couple D12s. This looks like it was a direct lightning strike. The stone around it looks like the metal is melted into the stone. That's how strong the blast was.
I'm gonna do a little and whistle Fang over, and
sure.
Honestly, this might just be a waste, but I wanna use it because I haven't been able to do this yet because it's gonna be fun. I want to cast Boost Eidolon, and in doing so, I want to use Heightened, and I want him. So Fang now increases. Oh, it's only his reach increases to 10 feet. I thought I could make him. I mean, he becomes large. I wanted to make him a large creature, and I wanted him to start triple digging.
You could making him large will make him dig faster.
Not
dramatically.
It might just be a waste of a spell,
so.
But I thought it'd be fun.
Yeah, but that's a focus spell for you, so you can even get that focus point back.
That's true. I'll just look him in the eye for 10 minutes later and have a staring contest with him. But I just want him to. Yeah. I want him to dig a little bit deeper, really get on this pillar in particular to see if there's any more symbols underneath it that could.
Sure.
To show like how.
Yeah. No problem. You have Fang dig, and Fang kind of kicks out a whole bunch of the sand and dust here, digging down below this symbol. And the thing that you notice is that the symbol itself, which was probably about, a foot tall, was hit so strong, so forcefully that it kind of melted down the wall. So whatever happened here, the lightning happened before the sand, right? Because it's kind of fully buried, and it even looks like it's cooled for a bit. So the sandstorm happened after, but that doesn't quite mesh up with the folks in town who said that it happened at the same time. But they also maybe weren't out here, so who knows? There's something weird going on, but you don't uncover anything else. You don't you don't unbury anything of interest. Yes.
As we're doing this, can I do one more nature check? Because yes, we discovered that the lightning was natural and whatnot. It was all natural. But would I know, using my knowledge of nature, if a sandstorm could do something like this, just this drastically? Because maybe the sandstorm itself was part of a magical element, not the actual lightning storm. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you can give me a nature check on that.
Well, being raised in the jungle, I know nothing about sand. I rolled a natural one. So, yep, sandstorm.
All you know about sand is that it's coarse and it gets everywhere. Now, anyway,
it gets in my toes.
Yeah,
you are softer than sand, my lady.
All right. You have no idea. I mean, frankly, the sand, if it was magically brought here or it was brought by a sandstorm, frankly, the end results would be almost identical. So you're not sure. Who knows, right? It's a lot of sand was dumped on here, and that's kind of all you know.
I have deduced that there was a lot of sand here. You're welcome.
Good eye.
Jakron kind of pokes his head up from the dig site, and he's like, yeah, no joke. Lots of sand.
Jakron, have you or any of your crew developed magical powers?
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Oh, what did you have come in handy?
He's like, kabam! And he creates a sandwich.
Does he say wow. When he does it also?
Yeah.
He's his own food replicator? Are you kidding me?
He created like a hoagie. It's like a big sandwich.
Wow. This would be my power if I was here. Like if London was in this town, this would what I would do.
Yeah.
That's the best power.
He's like, I can make sandwiches, so that's pretty good.
Oh, so nobody in this party got powers of digging faster? No.
The other people who are working here are like, no, I'm a cobbler.
Okay.
I can make good shoes.
Speaking of cobbler, can you make a cobbler with your hands?
No. I make shoes, not desserts.
A blackberry cobbler.
No. Shoes. I make shoes. We're called cobbler.
I look down. Fairel looks down at her feet, and to emphasize that she doesn't wear them, and be like,
"Sorry."
He's like, yeah. So, we're gonna keep digging. It's gonna take us several days to get this place dug up. Where you staying? I'll let you know when we're done.
The Drowsy Camel.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's no other place in town. So, all right.
Well, rumor has it that this was once an inn.
Oh, yeah. Story has it that this place was an inn like like 100 years ago. Maybe it was 1,000. It's a long time ago. I think Eridan was still alive when this place was an inn. It was a long time ago. But, yeah, that was when the town was over here, and the waters of the Jeanneret used to run over there, but now they run over there. And he just goes to explain, yeah, there used to be a home there, but then it moved over there. And then I think sometime later it moved up that hill. And he just starts explaining where houses used to be.
Quite knowledgeable.
And I'm not going to subject you to all of it, but he does a lot.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps we should investigate on our own if, we've seen all the diggers here have seen. Maybe we should do a little side investigation.
Good idea.
He's like, yeah, no, just once I'm done, I'll let you know. And then you can come check it out or offer prayers or whatever it is you want to do, whatever. He goes, I don't think, if you're looking for poor Alyat, though, I wouldn't hold your breath, because there's no way he has. No, it's tragic. I like the guy. He was nice.
That was
Perhaps
a rough one.
we could go and visit young Imra and warn her family, or find out if she saw anything else.
That's true. If she didn't create that fire spirit, perhaps she knows who did.
You're welcome to come along, Jacqueline, if you want.
Oh, no. I got digging to do.
We need a fifth member of our party.
Hey, welcome.
Can you at least make us a sandwich for the road, please?
He's like, listen, I know that I would be of extreme value to you because of my sandwich making prowess, but I am needed here. And he kind of looks off into the distance.
So brave. So
And
admirable.
Don looks off as well. Like, what?
Yeah.
Where are you looking to exactly?
No, he's just living delusions of sandwich grandeur. He's like, but as you are weary travelers who made this journey, I give you this blessing. Chakran! And he creates a sandwich and hands it to you. He's like, oh, sorry, it's a little heavy on the aioli. My mistake.
Oh.
Forgive me.
Open up, Hachi. And Ingot will tear a piece off and sort of toss it up towards Hachi.
My face unhinges. Ow.
he's like, whoa, all right, well, see you later. And he goes back to digging. So the four of you make your way back to town. Well, I guess five and a half of you. Chakran!
It sounds like a French.
That's my favorite spell.
When can we unlock this new spell? We feel we all have abilities to learn new spells somehow.
Right? Can I give up tame to learn Chakran?
No, that's it. It's too powerful a spell. All right.
Yeah.
So you begin making your way back to the tiny town of Zaltir, and arriving on the kind of outskirts up here to the. Make sure. There we are. Arriving to the outskirts on the north side of town, you are making your way back into the community, and you see something kind of odd. Which in this town that's becoming incredibly commonplace. So you see, down here at this intersection, you see a pair of goats running through town. And
are they
normally I would just
bad?
I'd be like, there's some goats. But in this case, the goats are wearing armor.
Oh, cool.
And they have horn coverings that are covered in spikes and razors, and they are charging through the town. One of them has like a stalk of vegetable, maybe it looks like corn or something, in its mouth, and it's running through town. The other one's bleeding, and there is a villager screaming, chasing it with a rake, and the two armored battle goats go running to the south. What do you do?
Do they? I mean,
Are
they
these
look really
goats-
badass. I want to go in. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
I was going to say, these ghosts look like they used to be domesticated because, somebody in this party has a spell for domesticating them.
Actually, yeah, these look like very domesticated goats. That does work on farm animals, and I would consider them.
Possibly, they're already out of range for such shenanigans as they have gone tearing off to the south. But you could probably give chase.
Yes,
all right,
let's chase the goats.
The group of you goes tearing after these treacherous goats, and eventually you arrive to kind of the south side of town. You are just now south. Here, let me show you where you're at. You go chasing the goats through the community. You kind of go through the town square. The goats are kind of making their way, and eventually you get down here to this intersection here. And upon arriving there, you notice that the goats have broken through the walls of some of the gardens and are eating all of the crops. They are armored, and when they see you approach them, the goat right up here kind of moves to the middle of the road, snorts at you with one eye looking large and angry, lowers its horns, and prepares to charge. And that is where we are going to take a little break before our PCs face off against the deadly battle goats. Stay tuned, everybody. We are going to take a brief 10-minute break here to allow the cast to freshen themselves up and get ready for the second half of the show, everybody. We'll see you in just 10 minutes. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Your summer of gaming continues with Paizo's latest releases, available at Paizo.com and your favorite local game store. The Pathfinder Lost Omens The Mwangi Expanse hardcover contains more than 300 beautifully illustrated pages detailing the people and cultures of the Expanse. You'll find 19 cultures, like the fishing clans of the Bonduat people and the nomadic Taralu dwarves, and 6 new ancestries, including the spider shape-shifting Anadi, the amphibious Gripply, and the mountain-dwelling Shisk. The Mwangi Expanse is more than just a jungle, broken into 10 regions from the bleak stone ruins and gray clouds of the Bondu Hills to Lake Okota, the largest body of fresh water in the Expanse. The area's many biomes are sure to provide backdrops for adventures of every kind. 9 major cities, memorable NPCs, monsters, and more await you in Pathfinder Lost Omens The Mwangi Expanse. All 3 volumes of the Fist of the Ruby Phoenix adventure path are here. The adventure begins when the sorcerer Hao Jin invites your group of adventurers to an uninhabited island to compete in the preliminary qualifier of our global fighting tournament. 32 teams of warriors must complete challenges, withstand the elements, and face off against one another in deadly combat to win entry to the main tournament. Malevolence is a horror-themed adventure for 3rd level characters written by James Jacobs, featuring sinister new monsters, mysterious magical items, and spells to discover, and a fully detailed haunted house for players to explore, exercise, and endure. And don't forget to pick up Pathfinder Flipmat Malevolence along with the adventure. One side depicts the ground floor of a haunted mansion, and the other side shows the house's spooky upper floor. The Fly Free or Die adventure path concludes with The Gilded Cage. It's finally payback time for the crew of the Oliphant, but can their plans hold long enough to lure their enemy out into the open? Ready for space exploration? The Horizons of the Vast adventure path begins with Planetfall, the first volume of a 6-part adventure path. With the discovery of a resource-rich planet within the Vast, the race is on to settle the planet. But there are other elements in play that will take all the wits, cunning, and combat capabilities of true adventurers. It's Kingmaker in space. New adventurers await members of the Pathfinder Society as well, including In Pursuit of Water and Breaking the Storm, Excising Ruination. Learn more at PathfinderSociety.club and join a gang with friends from around the world or across the table. Looking for a quick adventure to fill time between sessions? Pathfinder Bounty Forged Facade takes 2 hours and sends players to a decadent salon in Galt to learn the truth about disgraced artists. Further your Starfinder Society agent story in 2 new adventures. Delve into the Year of the Data Scourge with settling accounts and battle for the beacon. Learn more by visiting starfindersociety.club. Dungeon denizens from the Abomination Vault Adventure Path are ready to rise from the depths and face your players on the tabletop. The Abomination Vault's pawn collection features more than 150 creature pawns and is the perfect companion at your table. Each pawn is printed in full color on hardy cardstock. Flip Mat Classics Museum brings a fully illustrated museum map to your tabletop. This 24 by 30 inch mat has a special coating that allows for easy removal of wet, dry, and permanent markers. Docking sequence activated. Starfinder Flip Tiles Space Station Docking Bay expansion provides 24 beautifully illustrated 6-inch by 6-inch map tiles that can be used to enhance your station with landing pads, catwalks, a refueling station, and an expansive open docking bay to explore. Find your path to friendship and adventure with these new releases and more at Paizo.com and your favorite local game store.
Come on down to Starfinder, fly a ship and shoot some lasers.
The games we play are the stories we create.
The fortress doors swing open.
Every story is unique.
And the sound of war drums rises.
Sometimes our stories come to us when we least expect them. We need to be ready no matter where inspiration strikes. And sometimes our stories are told over great distances. No matter where your journey leads you or how your story is told. The games we play are the stories we create. Sirenscape can help make yours epic.
Sirenscape is searchable, fast, and customizable from any device with no need to pre-install any sound. Adding epic atmosphere to your game has never been easier.
The Ruby Phoenix Tournament, the world's greatest martial arts contest, held in honor of the legendary sorcerer Hao Jin, the Ruby Phoenix. The final team standing in this once-per-decade contest wins a grand prize, their choice of a single item from Hao Jin's magnificent vault of treasures. This year, Hao Jin herself will preside as the grand judge. But to receive the honor of just even meeting the Ruby Phoenix, the contestants must first prove their mettle and strength in the untamed jungles of Danger Island. Only the 8 greatest teams will proceed to the metropolis of Goka to compete for the title of Ruby Phoenix Champions during a year that promises to be unlike any other. Countless untold mysteries await the challengers. Will it be mysterious scoundrels like the Lightkeepers? Brave friends such as Tino's Toughest? Or will it be your team of adventuring heroes to claim the Sorcerer's Prize? Let the games begin with the Fists of the Ruby Phoenix Adventure Path.
up your game with a Pathfinder character folio from Ultra Pro. Each character folio features a full art cover, 12 single pocket pages for character sheets and maps, with dry erase capability. Also, internal front and back pockets for excess notes. Find character folios at your local game store or shop.ultrapro.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to what is bound to be a badass combat. All right.
Yay! You did it!
Oh, what have you done?
He beat us to it. We were going to do it if you didn't.
I'm not even sorry. All right. When we went on break, our band of brave enigmas were chasing down a bunch of armed goats. Goats that were running through town wearing barding, like studded mail barding, and on their horns it looks like someone had attached kind of metal sheaths that wrapped around the horns that gave them spikes and razor sharp edges. And these goats were down here in this part of town, breaking through walls, devouring people's gardens. You are about to face off against 4 terrifying battle goats. So, can I get everyone to roll initiative?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
I assume plus perception?
Yeah, it's going to be a perception initiative, that's for sure. All right, and I will go around and collect that from everybody. Hachi, what do you have?
18.
Ingot.
21.
Your score. Fairel.
Oh,
Fairel?
sorry. Yep, sorry, it's Fairel. 15. Yeah, whenever you say Fairel, I'm just like, la la la. Fairel. 15 total. I was looking at the map trying to, like, plan my escape.
And we got
17.
All right. Let me go ahead and sort these. Ingot, you get to go first. Now, there is a goat that looks like it has moved to the center of the town square there and is looking like it is prepared to attack. The other goats are just kind of hanging out, but they have taken note of your approach and have all kind of turned and looked at you and given a snort. Most of them are doing that kind of that way that goats chew things. They're kind of as they're staring at you with one angry goat eye.
For one action, Ingot is going to step in front of Dondoom, and as he does, magically the cantrip shield appears before him, and much like a bullfighter, you see Ingot sort of like square off against this battle goat of like, bring it on. So that's 2 actions, and for the third action, he's going to begin his old favorite protective ward. So that'll start emanating from him.
Is that only 1 action to get started?
It is. It is a single action.
Yeah. Right. Hey, look at you go. All right. Yeah. So you're going to get that going, and that's what, a 5-foot radius aura?
For now. Yep.
All right. I'll let you go ahead and set that.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it.
Go. Save. Yay!
There you go. All right. Yeah. Hooray. Okay. So Ingot fires up his protective ward and casts shield, taunting a goat on, kind of giving the come here, goat. I see you're trying to get his goat. Ah,
hey.
Very clever of you. All right, Hachi.
Oh, you kid.
Okay. I am going to cast Infectious Enthusiasm to those around me. So this is a new spell, cantrip from Secrets of Magic. With Enchanted Gusto, you encourage yourself to get things done and share your motivation with your allies with my enthusiasm. So I will gain a +1 status bonus to my choice of attack rolls, will saves, or charisma-based skill checks. And while I'm doing this, anybody around me who can see me casting within 30 feet can also, if you take a single action, will gain the same bonus. So if you guys have an extra action to spare after this, you can gain the same thing. And again, that's a +1 status bonus to either an attack roll, will save, or a charisma-based skill check for the spell's duration, which is one round. So I guess it's one of my rounds and then one of their rounds if they started. Okay.
Till it comes back to you.
Yes.
So yeah, the way it's gonna work is you cast the spell. Everybody within 30 feet on their turn can choose to spend an action as well to gain the same bonus, basically on their turn. Because by the time it's your next turn, it will end for them. So yeah, I mean and you chose attack bonuses, or you had one of three options, right?
Yes, I'm going to choose an attack bonuses. Yes, that's fine.
Nice.
Attack bonuses. All right, so everyone can choose on their next turn to spend an action to gain a +1 bonus on their attack rolls for that round. Okay, and that was what? 2 of your actions?
That was 2 of my actions. And then you know, I just feel like this is going to go a certain way. I'm going to use 1 action to just go ahead and right now. Wait, double check something. No. I'm fine. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna move just here. Triple check and measure. Let me measure. Come on, you can do this. Blah 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 blah. I'm just gonna move right here. Right. That's all. So I'm in range.
Dramatic horns.
We're about to get some dramatic horns, but not quite yet. Don Doom.
Oh shit!
Joel, that was good.
That was good.
Okay. Yeah, Don is going to move up. Let me see here. Let me get a little measurement going. Just to see. So we're right in there. I believe Don is going to move up close to this battle goat here. I'm going to cast Produce Flame as the flame centers in the hand, and I'm going to go in for a strike at this goat.
All right. Cool. So you're attacking with Produce Flame, or is this a spell strike?
I'm just straight attacking with the Produce Flame for now.
All right. Okay.
All right.
So the move and the Produce Flame.
All right. Yeah. So that's the melee range here. That will be. Let's see. Should I use I should still use my my spell attack roll, right?
It's a spell attack roll. Yeah.
18.
18.
Nice.
So you go up and you're like, it's a goat. How hard could it be to hit?
Oh no.
And you produce flame and attempt to hit the goat, and it nimbly dodges to one side and then stares at you with its big angry goat eyes. That is a miss.
Are these magic goats?
Battle goat. Battle goat. Fairel.
Okay, I am going to initiate Act Together, obviously. I want to use an action to mount Fang.
Okay, that's your 1. And then Fang can take 1 or 2 or whatever you've got in mind.
I want to move. I'll probably take both of my actions to move all the way over here, like near this hay barrel.
Okay.
Would that take all my action? Probably. I think so.
Let me measure. From 30 35 feet, that's definitely 2 actions, I mean,
I figured as much.
What's Fang's speed? Fang is what, 30?
Fang's speed is 25. However, now I'm over on this side, so next time Dawn needs to attack, I'm technically flanking.
If you got closer.
Yeah, you'd have to get closer. You'll have to get on the other side of it.
I would like to get a little bit closer. A little bit closer now. I'm on top of Fang.
You can probably get to it. So if you want to flank, right, you got to be on the opposite side. So you got to get to about here. But you can do that. You've got the movement.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, it's gonna open you up to the other. Yeah, the other ones who are right behind you. Here, we'll shift you off slightly so that we can see both of you, but we know what square you're in.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
That is all my actions.
Yeah, no worries. So you move. You go racing up to that spot there, and are giving the flank to Dund on his next turn. Okay, that is Fairel's turn. Next up, Battle Goats.
Uh-oh.
Battle Goats. Battle Goats. All right. The first Battle Goat that is facing off against Dundum is going to attempt to hit Dundum with its razor horns. Here they come.
Jesus.
Armor class 26 with the razor horns.
That hits.
Battle Goat.
Take 11 points of damage as the Battle Goat slams its horns into you.
Will do.
All right. It is going to take a second and third action, both with its horns. The second action is a 17. That's not going to hit.
Nope.
And the third action is a 10, which is also a very bad failure. All right. So yes, that is them using razor horns. Okay. The next Battle Goat we're going to have go is going to be this Battle Goat over here. It is going to use Horn Charge. It charges up to you as two actions, and it is going to hit Fairel, or it's going to attempt to.
Okay.
Here it comes. Armor class 28 from the Battle Goat.
Hits.
I'm assuming that's not a critical hit, because that's probably not 10 above your AC. Your AC is an 18. So you're going to take 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And you are knocked off Fang.
Oh no.
Okay.
The Battle Goat hits you so hard, you are knocked off Fang, and you land in the spot adjacent to the Battle Goat. The Battle Goat has one more action, and then it is going to take that second Horn Strike on Fang, but I don't think an 18 is going to hit.
Nope.
There's no way your AC is that low. All right.
No.
Third Battle Goat. More Battle Goat action. This Battle Goat is going to race up here to Fang and attack with its horns. Ooh, a critical failure. A 14 is going to miss, and then it's going to attack again. Armor class 22. That might do it.
His armor class is 22.
Beats it.
Ooh, the Battle Goat comes racing up, attacking with its horns, dealing 12 points of damage to Fang, and Fairel, for that matter. And now we have one more Battle Goat. This one comes meandering out of the garden here, moves down to here, sees Fairel, and is going to charge Fairel.
While this is all happening, Fairel's like, maybe my idea was not a very good idea.
We got this.
Nope. I miss.
Armor class 20, I think, is going to miss. Yeah.
Yep, I'm a 21.
Oh, the Rams. So many horned rams. All right, that is the end of the round for the Battle Goats. Next up, Ingot. You just watch these goats charge your friends and rip them to pieces with their terrifying horns.
Oh no! Ingot is gonna rush forward. He's gonna move 15 feet up to here. Spend an action to increase the protective ward 5 more feet, so this becomes 10.
All right.
Save it. Boom. And then with the last action, Ingot grasps onto a stone that he has dangling from an earring, and it becomes a magical charge, and he flings out one magic missile at the Battle Goat that's down on the other side of Fang, directly in front of Ingot.
Okay. So this one back here? Oh, no, this one.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
4 points of damage.
Your missile goes swinging through the air, flies around the battle goat's armor, and strikes its tuft of goat hide. Hide. Yeah. They have hide, right?
Yeah.
And as it does so, it was busy looking directly at Fang, but then it turns slowly to look at you, one eye growing very large, as it kind of stomps and digs at the ground, looking at you, lowering its horns. But that is the end of Ingot's turn. Hachi.
Okay, I'm going to start my turn.
It's goat pandemonium out there.
It's goat pandemonium. I'm going to do what I should have in the beginning. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I'm within 30 feet. Real quick. Click. Alright, I'm going to cast Haste on Dondoom, so that on his next turn, he may decide to do another additional strike or 2 stride. That is 2 actions, and that magic just looks like, I kind of again, I slap Bug on his little serpent butt, and he just kind of burps, and a little beam goes shooting out of Dondoom and just envelops him in sort of a quick looking wind. It's it's great. It smells a little weird, but everyone's happy. And then
you've been burped on. Enjoy.
Fairel used to say some injury as well. Is that correct, Fairel? Bonnie, did you get some injury as well? Is that correct? Oh,
yeah,
you muted my ear.
Yeah.
Sorry to call on you out of turn.
You're still muted.
Still muted.
Oh,
yeah.
If anyone can remember how much injury she got.
It's okay. I was saying some horrendous things to Michelle. Yes, I have been injured.
Wonderful. I'm going to use one of my hexes to... Let me triple check. Yeah. So this is giving you a life boost. I temporarily boost your vitality. So you gain fast healing equal to 3 times 2 is 6. So 6 every round for 4 rounds. So you get 6 now, and then every time you go, it's 6.
Yeah, it's actually going to be at the start of each one of her turns. So
sorry, your turn.
So yeah, Fairel, at the start of each one of your turns, you will heal 6 hit points for the next 4 rounds.
I feel so full of life.
Well, that's good, because those goats seem pretty interested in taking it from you. All right, that was
you were the one who was aggro first.
Goats are here to destroy you.
I'm going to start off by saying I made a severe tactical mistake last round. It made no sense for me to use the Produce Flame in the way that I did because I was still in the mindset of being quickened from Hachi last time. So I was planning on that extra action. But now I have it, so I can...
No, well, now you have it. Yeah, so.
Roll with it. Yeah, I can roll with it. So
I mean,
that's...
I assumed you were just like... well, I don't want to kill the goat. It's just a goat. Yeah. But now the goats are trying to murder you. So I guess,
there you go, yeah. That's the
tables have turned. Oh, the turntables.
Cool. So what I'm going to do first off, I'm going to Spell Strike. With the Spell Strike, I'm going to use... let's see what I want to use. Shocking Grasp.
Nice.
Alright. So
my goat.
Covered in its metal armor there.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's not good for
That's 17.
Oh.
17. Boy, you have been rolling very poorly.
Yeah.
A 17 with the flank is just gonna hit.
Ooh.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
The flank did it. You were dead on. Yeah.
Yeah, flanking.
Well done.
Thank you.
We're a team.
All right. So the shocking grasp damage, that is a couple of d12s. So I'm gonna do that. So that is 28 so far. 37, 41 plus 8, 49.
49.
What?
Points?
Isn't that isn't that 6D? It'll be 6D12, correct?
For shocking grasp? Yeah, I think that is correct. A third level
it's just
shocking
a
grasp.
lot.
I'm assuming that's what it is.
Yeah, we're just impressed. Sorry.
Yeah.
Remember to piss your character off. My God.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So at your level, it should be doing 4d12.
Oh, I get one more. Wait, yeah. Did I roll twice?
Yeah, it starts with 2d12, and then you get one more d12 for a second level spell, and then one more d12 for a third level spell. So 4d12 plus your weapon damage.
Let me do this again. Sorry.
49 is
damage.
not impossible. I mean, if you rolled high on the d12s, that's a very likely amount of damage.
I know. Do you mind if I just re-roll that just to get it right? It'll probably be lower.
Yeah, well, I mean that. I whatever works. I 4d12. I was just checking because I was like, is that possible? Yeah, it's possible. 4d12 alone could get you 48 if you rolled all 12s.
23 plus 8, 31. 37 is the correct.
37. Okay.
Still a ton of damage.
A terrific amount of damage. Yeah, you lay a shocking grasp into this poor goat. Yeah, you did get a +1 to hit because it is wearing metal, but I think you took that into account. Doesn't matter anyway. Okay, so yeah, you slash out at this goat, and electricity runs through its body. Its hair all stands on end and is now burnt and singed, but the goat is still standing.
Oh.
Because it is a battle goat. It's hardy and ready for battle.
Okay. I thought there was something deeper happening there, but
Battle goat.
Battle goat. All right. This entire 10-part arc was just an excuse for me to say battle goat a bunch. All right.
Fair.
So you've taken 2 actions. You still have 2 left, one of which must be a move or a strike.
Right. So the next is going to be my Arcane Cascade. Since I just used the spell string.
Very good.
So I get into that stance there.
Now your attacks. Yep. Now your attacks will deal 1 electricity damage.
Nice.
All right. And I'm going to go for one more strike. Hopefully this is
very
a good
roll.
19.
19 will hit.
Boom.
So that is just going to do strike damage though.
Okay.
Which for you is still a couple d6. Yeah, that's pretty good.
That is actually 6 for the
6
damage.
So you're 2d6 plus what? 4? 3? Something like that?
Oh, I didn't even do the plus. Yeah, it's 2d6. What if you just plus the 1 though?
Oh, what's your strength modifier? Is it just 1?
Well, no,
so, so 4.
4.
You have a strength of 14.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So did you skip that on both attacks?
10. No, I didn't before. Sorry, I just mixed it.
10.
You
just skipped it on that one. Okay. Yeah. All right. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't bounce double ones because it was like it's possible you could get a 6, but it would be you would be like, oh well, that was a terrible roll. All right.
10. Yeah.
All good. Yeah. No worries. You're all good. So you slash out at this goat a second time. Its goat blood has been spilled on the sand. The goat, however, somehow is still standing. Battle goat. Battle goat. All right. That was Don Doob's turn.
All right.
Fairel.
Yes.
What will you do to defeat the battle goats?
The reason why I moved in the first place was to do this, but I had to wait. Okay, I'm activating Act Together. I'm gonna use. I wonder. Yeah, I can do it from here, I believe, because they're within a 30-foot range, and I'm gonna target them. I'm going to cast Electric Arc, and aim for the two goats at the bottom here, where I can obviously blast up to 2 creatures within a 30 feet range.
Yeah, you could choose any 2 of the goats and hit them. They're all within range. You're all good.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit the 2 on the bottom here that are flanking Fang because I feel like he's literally surrounded, and I want to. Sure. And the other goat that Don just almost murdered, probably won't have much fight left in him. So I want to at least get them down a little bit. So I'm gonna target the 2 bottom one down here.
All right. So they're both gonna get a reflex save.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you're going to do, what, 3d4 plus your ability modifier?
Yes, 3d4 plus 4.
Reflex save number 1 is a 15. That is going to be a failure. Reflex save number 2 is a 26. That's going to be a make. So, let's see. You rolled 5 plus what?
9,
4. So that's
yeah,
what,
plus
9?
4. So just 9 points of damage. It's not that great. Next time I'll do lightning bolt.
So the first one's going to take 9, and the other one's going to take 4. Now, I'm assuming that was act together, and Fang is attacking.
Yeah,
or moving,
Fang has one. Fang has an attack, so I'm going to attack the one that Dawn has almost murdered. See if I can get a nice little killing blow on him. So Fang is going to do it with his claw.
Delicious, tasty goat.
Fried
Fang's
goat.
hungry. He's done a lot of digging today.
Fang's gonna get some fried goat.
Oh no. 12, 13, 14, 15, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. But does he get a bonus for flanking?
Not
to make it a 17? Ah!
Well, it's a bonus of 2, so it's actually 18.
Oh, 18?
Which is still 1 short. No,
God.
it's 1 short.
Oh no!
And yeah, they take a penalty of 2 to their AC, and that's still not going to quite be enough. So you still have 1 action remaining for either you or Fang.
You're right. You know what? Fang's gonna go for another swipe.
Sure.
He's gonna do it again.
You'll take a penalty on this, but that's a much better roll.
Yes, it is. Plus 12. That's a 21.
So
minus
21
5.
minus 5 is going to take you down to a
16.
let's see, 16.
16. And that's the same.
Yeah.
18. So it's the same. Well, Fang's just mad and doing this.
Fang came this close to hitting both times, and is just nipping at this goat's hindquarters, but failing to connect. Next up,
he's got sand in his eyes. It's a rough day.
Oh, you know what? That attack's probably agile. Is the attack agile?
Oh. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's a hit.
Yay!
Instead of being 1 short, that second attack is going to be a hit. So go ahead and roll me some. No.
Does that mean the first?
Agile reduces the penalty on additional attacks. So
I see.
Not for the first attack. Yeah. So instead of taking a -5, which is what we were calculating, you actually took a -4, which is going to hit. So go ahead and roll some damage.
6 points of damage total.
6 points of damage. No! My battle goat!
Oh!
You sunk my battle goat!
Oh my gosh, just 1. It's so long.
He's been defeated!
You have defeated a battle goat.
Defeated!
All right, so the goat collapses onto the ground after that withering assault from both sides. The battle goat looks. The other battle goats look lightly wounded, but they are going to continue the fight. The next battle goat, these 2 back here, this one that got targeted by Ingot is going to charge forward, heedless of danger. It is going to charge right past Don Doom. Don Doom, correct me if I'm wrong, but you do have attack of opportunity, correct?
Indeed, I do.
Yeah, I figured I'd mention it.
26.
26 is a solid hit. Go ahead and give me damage on that.
12 damage.
12 damage. The goat takes a terrible wound as it charges forward at Ingot. However, that is not going to stop its advance. The goat is going to do its horn charge ability. Here comes the attack. Armor class 29.
That's
rolled a 16.
That's good enough to hit. However, Ingot is going to perform the shield block technique with his cantrip shield that he raised.
All right. I'm assuming that's not a crit. Your AC is probably just higher than that, especially with the shield up.
22, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. So I would do 12 points of damage, but instead you're going to pop the shield. So that is going to only deal 2 points of damage. However, you are still knocked back 5 feet.
Oh, goat.
Battle goat. All right. I'm not sure who's quick on the trigger with the goat image, but you keep up the good work. All right. Next up.
Thanks, Adam Con.
Battle. Yeah. I wasn't sure which one of you was pressing the button, but it's amazing. Yes, battle goat.
I'm alive. Thank you very much.
The battle goat is going to now take its second attack, but this one is going to be against Don Doom. Here it comes. Battle goat. Oh, crushing! I rolled a 19. That is going to be armor class 27. I'm going to do near maximum damage. 13 from the battle goat.
It stings. 13.
All right, battle goat. Battle goat number 2 is going to attack Fang. How many times can I say battle goat in one stream? We'll find out. Next up, the battle goat is going to attack Fang. Here it comes. We're going to take 3 razor horn attacks on Fang. 1, 2, 3. Armor class 26, 22, and 20. I think 2 of those are going to connect.
2 of those do hit, yes.
So, the battle goat hits twice for 13 and 12 for a total of 25 damage.
Oh, I'm hurting. But I did, just so y'all are aware, I did add the 6 points of health at the beginning of my first turn.
Good, okay.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
4 times the
it's not helping that much after that hit, but you know.
Next up, battle goat number 3. Not knowing that Fairel and Fang are 2 different creatures, battle goat number 3 attacks Fairel.
Of course. Of course.
Armor class 16, though, it's going to miss. I rolled very poorly on that. Roll 20. Come on now. Work with me here. Armor class 15. You mock the battle goat. It continues. Armor class 12. Those are all terrible. Battle goat.
I used mockery.
All right.
Battle goat.
So, at the end of the round, here at the end of the round, you notice that far off to the east, right? You're in the kind of south center part of the town. To the east is the Jeanneret, and there are other homes off that way to the east. Over in that direction, you see another goat. However, this one is different, as there is someone mounted atop it, and she is letting out a whistle. And as she does so, the goat nearest, this one right here, turns and begins to flee in that direction.
Oh, what?
But only one of them. The other two. Well, you hurt its feelings, and now it's going back to Battle Goat Academy.
Yeah, that'll show you. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear the whistle, and I'll just be like.
It will head back to Battle Goat Academy, where it will be very disciplined for missing so many of those attacks. All right. Next up, Ingot.
Yes. Oh boy. Well, now these may belong to someone, but it's fine. Ingot will take one more action.
What are we doing?
I don't know. To increase the aura by 5 feet.
There you go.
And then we'll do a 2-action magic missile at the goat right ahead. We're just gonna keep on
Very good.
picking at it. Oh, nice. Oh, 2 4s on the D4s. Okay, so what is that? 11.
So yeah, it's actually 10, right? So it's 2d4 minus plus 2.
10.
Yeah. All right. So your 2 missiles go slamming out into the goat, and it as it takes those missiles, but it is still standing, looking at you with rage in its eyes, rage in its goaty eyes. But it is still standing. That is the end of Ingot's turn. Hachi, the battle goat nearby, kind of looks over at you.
I mean, hey, should I follow the other goat, or are we just gonna kill the goat? It's just like a quick. I feel like
Ingot isn't sure.
I mean, usually I'm all for animal rights and whatnot, but I'm pretty banged up, and they have freaking razor blades on their horns.
Okay.
I have a feeling that these goats were not made to be petted.
Oh, yes, but one of them is leaving right now as we speak.
That's because I taunted it.
Okay, I'm not much of a runner, but I'll see what I can do. I'm gonna move my full 25 glorious feet, which is just not a lot, which is like here. Which means, let's check the range for this guy. Oh, it's just in! I'm gonna cast Slow on it, so it can I know it just reduces one of its actions, but I mean, let's give it a shot.
Well, that makes it go a third slower, right? It can't spend all 3 actions leaving.
Yeah, don't get away, buddy.
Yeah. So
actually,
you cast slow on it. Let me go ahead and make yeah.
I was gonna say, before I do that, do I see the other person riding the goat in that area? Can I visually see them?
Yes.
Or no?
Yeah. So they're kind of off in far enough to the east that it's kind of hard to make them out because the sun. Okay. You see a shorter figure. Isn't particularly tall. Capable of riding a goat. You're having a little hard time making them out because they have kind of a wider brim hat. That have quite a bit of shade on their goat. And
the goat cowboy.
They're called goat herds. They're goat herders. They're not goat cowboys.
Wait, okay. How is Michelle the human supposed to know about these words? I don't know.
It might. You're not sure yet, but it might be some sort of battle goat general. You don't know. The battle goat commander is off over on the bridge, and the battle goat commander has apparently summoned one of the battle goats.
Okay, I continue to do what I was going to do, which is I cast slow on battle goat. You dingus. So that's a fortitude save, please.
All right, fortitude save. Here it comes. It looks at you with its weird, creepy goat eyes, and it ignores your magics.
Well, what did it roll? Hold on.
It rolled a 26.
It 22? Oh, that's
it's going to be a success, which I think means it's slowed for 1 round. So, the goat's going to move a little slowly, but it is trying to get away. All right.
Slowed 1 for 1 round.
Yeah. All right.
I've done my part.
That is Hachi. Done. Battle goats. What you gonna do about battle goats?
It's still hurting Fang. I can't have this. We have to stop this. And Don's gonna move around. I can move 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I can get on the other side of this battle goat here that Fang is engaged with.
The battle goat has not been trained in combat maneuvers, so it will not be taking an attack of opportunity. That is next week's course at Battle Goat Academy.
Awesome. Next week's episode of Teenage Mutant Battle Goats, they learn tactics. For my second action, Dawn is really going to focus up and sort of regain that Spell Strike ability. Because with the final 2 actions, I would like to cast a Spell Strike again. The same thing, Shocking Grasp.
Oh no, that's not good for me. To avoid any copyright claims, though, we will be giving our battle goats different names. So this one's called Botticelli. The one that just ran is called Rodan. They're different artists. It's fine. So it's not actionable.
I can't.
Did we kill Andy Warhol?
Yes, I'm afraid Andy Warhol is dead. It's fine. He was gonna go paint out some soup cans with his hoof. Nobody needed it anyway. Because nobody even knows what a soup can is. All right. Battle goat.
Okay. 16 plus the 15. That is a 31.
That is a crit.
Yes.
Indeed.
Don Boom is back.
Once an episode, I need to have it. It's a tradition now.
Don Boom is here. That is going to be a critical hit with the shocking grasp. Oh my god. Okay, well, goodbye, Botticelli. We hardly knew ye.
Evaporated.
19, so 25. I mean, this took up 2, so this was this took up everything.
Yeah, you had to move as well. Yeah.
25 plus 9, what's that, 34? And then we need 34 from the spell. And then as far as the... Oops, I dropped that. I have another one.
Oh, he's already dead.
Well,
you can stop
34 plus
already
12. 46.
All right.
Doubled.
So doing 92 points of damage.
Yeah.
The goat explodes in a... You run around behind this goat and, well, slice it right in half. The goat just kind of... The electricity causes the two pieces to go flying off in different directions. The other goat nearby sees that and suddenly looks, well, rather concerned. I believe you still technically have a move or a strike left. You had to move, 2 action, spell strike, and then you still have the haste. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna move back.
All right, you go running up to the other goat.
Yeah. I think I don't have enough movement to get all the way there, right? Probably like 1. I'm just gonna move closer a little to Fang.
No, you can move like a whole 20 some feet, right?
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Awesome. I'll go up to the other goat. Got it.
So you go running up to that goat, stinking of goat death. And the battle goat that is there looks at you, and its creepy goat eyes are now wide with terror. A terror it is not known since before its days in Goat Academy.
Battle goats, the other white meat.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no. All right.
Yeah.
That is what is going to happen there. All right. That is the end of your turn. Fairel.
So, how exactly scared does the goat look? Like, is it like on? Does it look like it's going to still attack? Or as an animal lover. Here. Oh, and by the way, all of you, just so you're aware, I could not tame these goats because they were actively attacking us. My tame spell does not work on animals that are actually attacking. The chickens were just kind of crazy.
Yeah, they were milling about. They weren't attacking. Yeah. So the thing about goats is that if you've ever locked eyes with a goat, you know that they don't know fear. They don't know remorse, and they will not stop until you are dead.
Oh my god!
This goat is no different. You turn and look at the goat, and the goat stares at you with its creepy goat eyes and just locks eyes with you. It's not afraid. It welcomes goat death, where it can go to goat Valhalla. And that's a thing, right? Do goats have Valhalla? Can somebody get back to me on that? All right.
We'll send the goat to Kovator. You know what? I feel like I'm going to I'm going to release this goat from its misery. I'm going to obviously initiate act together. I'm going to move very little. So I'm in a straight line with this demon battle goat and cast lightning bolt.
Things got serious.
Which is why I have to do it I have to get in a line with it so I don't shoot any of my other teammates because everyone's so close together because it's a straight line. So electric bolt or lightning bolt, I'm gonna cast.
All right. So you unleash a blast of lightning. I am going to go ahead and make a reflex save.
Okay. Ooh.
21, I think, is a fail.
I think so. Barely.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
Well,
all right.
Go ahead and roll damage for the lightning bolt. You unleash a blast of lightning that crackles through the town.
4d12.
Oh boy.
Who knew goats were so weak to lightning?
27 points of damage. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna look it straight in the eye and go, burn!
The goat turns to look at you with its creepy goat eyes, and you unleash a blast of lightning that hits it right between the eyes, and throughout it, as its body jerks and shakes and it slumps to the ground dead, it never breaks eye contact with you. And it slumps to the ground. All right.
Oh no.
Bottom of the order.
And then so
yeah.
But I technically still have an action, but it's just going to be a minor action because after locking eyes as it explodes, I'm just going to slowly turn because I'm technically still in a line and lock eyes with the goat behind me and just stare at it threateningly. That's all I want to do.
So the goat behind you is fleeing, and it goes next, and the goat goes clip-clopping kind of off the map. It goes running up to the bridge, where as it crosses over the bridge, the figure that is mounted on a goat turns and leaves with the one remaining battle goat.
Even though it was slowed one, what a waste.
It was slowed one, and that prevent. I mean, if you wanted to chase it down, you probably could, but they are running away, and you don't know kind of where they're heading that way. The question I have for all of you is, what do you do next, as this combat is now over? Very good, very good.
Battle goats.
You have defeated the battle goats. This entire intersection smells, well, frankly, kind of delicious.
Yes.
I mean, the group electrocuted all three of those goats. All three of those goats were electrocuted. That's what happened to those goats.
Dinner.
So the question is, what do you do now? The town, whatever happened here with the goats, you kind of heard cries and shouts as people were having their gardens rampaged by battle goats. You're now left kind of standing there going, what just happened? And there are 3 dead goats, and whoever is responsible has fled with the last remaining goat, if they are indeed even responsible.
I just yell out like,
have no fear, we have saved your radishes.
And at that, you notice some people kind of peeking out from behind windows and stuff. Many of them are brandishing makeshift weapons like, hose and pitchforks and stuff, shovels. A few of them have clubs, and you even see a sword or two from the various townsfolk who are kind of staring out from behind their windows or behind walls. You even see some folks up on roofs. A lot of people hang out on their roofs during the day, especially if they have the large tarps kind of going over them. So what do you do?
We need to find out where these came from, and there was a lot of talk about goats in the scrublands.
That's true. To the northeast of town, you did see a lot of goats.
I'd like to yell up to the people who are on the roofs. Roofs. I don't know what the word is.
roofs.
What direction did what direction did those battle goats go? We are going to follow them.
Up on one of the nearby roofs, you see a couple folks, rooftops. Yeah, you could say it that way. That's fine. Let's see here.
Where I'm from, it's rough.
Yeah, roughs.
Yeah, you see some townsfolk, and one of them kind of looks out, and she calls down to you and says, well, I think they're heading back to the valley where the goat herders tend to live. I don't.
Okay, so the goats are going to the goat place. Excellent. Okay, great.
the Battle Goat Academy.
They went back to
big sign.
They went back to Fort Goathorn. I think we just made up. No, I'm kidding. You hear them say they've gone back to the valley where the shepherds usually keep all the goats. But it's hard to see. There's some sort of mist blocking my view.
Who let the goats out? Who?
Oh no.
Stream is canceled, everybody. We're done.
That was the limit. That's where I die.
Yeah.
That was the limit. I got to make goat jokes. We're not doing who let the dogs out. All right. Anyway.
What is this? The year 2002 shit. Well, I think we should follow those goats. They almost killed Fang. Retribution? Goat retribution?
Yep.
So you're going out to get some goat-based vengeance. All right. Do you want to do any healing first? Do you want to stop and
yeah, that's what I was going to suggest. I was like, you know what? We know exactly where those goats are going to go. I'm just going to sit here for about roughly 10 minutes or so, give or take, and perform do a little powwow on myself, and probably Don as well.
Yeah.
If you can spare it, but if not, that's okay too.
So for every 10 minutes you spend, although don't you have ward medic? I think that does help.
That is what I'm going to use ward medic. And ward medic.
I also have magic healing gloves, but
oh yeah, your gloves.
They're a one-time-a-day thing, so it's.
Let's see.
So
I want to look. It's on page 270. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, you can treat 2 people with treat deadly wounds at once. So in 10 minutes you can heal 2 people. And I think you and Don Doom are the only people who took significant damage. Ingot, you took what? 2?
2 because of the shielding. Abjuration, baby.
And Hachi never had to face fiery goat retribution, so Hachi is fine.
Yep.
So you can just spend 10 minutes and get a heal check in on the both of you. My only question is, do you want to do the ordinary heal check, or you want to do the more difficult heal check?
You know what? I'm feeling, after that goat fight, I'm feeling feisty. Let's do the more difficult one. See if I can get us more.
So that's DC 20. But if you are successful, you will heal 2d8 plus 10.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I roll. Here I go.
Yeah.
But I get my medicine check modifier, so that's good.
Yeah.
Dirty 20. No, 22.
That's what you needed. You needed 20.
That's what you needed.
Wait,
you're fine.
No, dirty 20. Dirty 20. My math was right the first time. So I barely made it.
Either way works. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right. You managed to make the check. That's good to know. You've got about, if you had rolled a 5 or less, you would have failed that. So,
yep, I rolled a 6 on the nose.
You got about a 75% chance to make that. That's not too bad. Go ahead and roll me 2d8 plus 10.
Boop. 19. That's not so bad.
19
points.
So that's for both you and Don Doom. Both get 19 points back.
Nice.
Thank you very much. 19.
Do you want to do any more healing with other resources, or what do you want to do?
I think I gained back my focus spell because we've had 10 minutes, and also Bug has jumped off my shoulder and is just eating all of the leftover mutton around.
It's cleanup.
And I'm gonna focus up on my spell strike too, just to get that back for next time.
Yeah, no worries. All of you can also spend that 10 minutes getting back a focus point. That's not too hard. For Fairel, you even do that while treating wounds. That's a thing that you can do. You can kind of get double duty on that.
Instead of healing myself, I'm gonna heal Fang and make direct eye contact and be like, feel better.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, that makes sense. All right. So you've all done some healing. You have defeated the battle goats. At least those battle goats.
We've won the battle, but not the war.
What do you do now?
After those goats.
After the goats,
we're gonna go investigate the goat. The goat
academy.
We gotta figure it out.
The misty goat.
Scrubland.
Okay.
Follow the mist.
So, the group of you are making your way kind of deeper up toward the valley. And it's not a particularly difficult journey. It's overland travel, and you're making your way kind of out of the town. By the time you get there, there's no sign of this mysterious goat commander, the marshal of goats. Goat warlord? Goat lord?
Oh, goat lord.
No, I don't like that. No, not goat lord.
War goat?
Maybe. I don't know. War goat? I don't know. I'm gonna ask Twitter over the next week what we should call the war goat commander. But we'll let them figure it out. I'm sure it'll end up being Goaty McGoatface or something. But anyway. Yeah. So did you say Dr. Quinn? All right.
I said Dr. Goat Medicine Woman.
Dr. Goat. Yeah, all right. Okay. Mutton Lord.
My references are timely tonight.
I see. Yeah, so it's very nice. Okay. So, good Lord. All right. I wrote this. I got paid to write this. I want you all to know that. Okay. So, the group of you are making your way up to this valley. And valley is perhaps selling it too much. It's really just two hills that off in the distance are, some foothills and even something that you could generously call mountains. And from those, there are a few tiny tributaries. They're really nothing more than tiny little streams that flow their way down to the mountain and eventually dump into the Jeanneret. They happen to pass through this small valley. And in this place, the soil and the flatlands happen to be kind of just right to the point where it's more of a scrubland, right? So instead of being just pure desert, there are plants growing here. And I wouldn't call it underbrush by any means. It's still mostly desert, but it's desert with cactuses and thorny bushes and some palm trees and some other things, right? So it's, as far as this area goes, which is mostly just high desert, this is kind of a spot of green. And as you approach, there's kind of a fog blocking the way, but when you get close, you quickly come to realize it's not a fog at all. It's just kind of a cloud of dust.
Uh-oh.
And you draw nearer, and you're not quite sure what it is that you're seeing. Can everybody give me a perception check?
17.
25.
14.
27.
Okay. Hachi off to one side on, we're going to call it the South Hill. You see what looks like fortifications. You see stone walls, almost looking like a rudimentary keep. When you looked over here yesterday, this was not here. You did not see anything like that. But it looks like there's some sort of keep atop the hill. And out in front of it there's a pair of large lumbering figures moving stuff around, and they're kicking up a hell of a lot of dust. But they're not the only ones. Fairel, on what we will call the North Hill, you don't see any fortifications. But as you get close to the North Hill, you can't help but notice that there are trenches in the ground, and between the trenches on one side and the keep on the other side is a barren landscape with the corpses of goats and blown up cactuses. There's some sort of, like, you're standing kind of between these two, looking in each direction, and over near the trenches, you can see battle goats. You see one kind of pop up and look around, and then drop back down below the trench. There are goats in trenches.
Training ground. The battle goats training ground.
And on the other side, you see these two large lumbering figures that look like giant walking cactuses, and they are pushing up the walls of the keep.
What is happening? Why is this even a thing?
No, it looks like they're like...
Oh my god.
Oh no, thank you.
It looks like they are building...
I was definitely picturing like the cactuar from Final Fantasy, like the cute cactus. That's yeah. It's not that.
So also the keep on the South Hill, you can see goats roaming around on that hill, but they don't look like battle goats. They just look like goats, like ordinary goats.
So does it seem like the North Hill and the South Hill are sort of like at war with each other and they're using the goats as pawns? Or is it one side has the goats only and they're just attacking and the other side is cacti?
It looks like both sides have goats, but one side has battle goats. And the other side, instead of battle goats, has giant towering cacti.
Got it. So it's cacti versus battle goats.
And you are standing in the middle of what looks to be like, let's call it no goats land.
So the cactuses are winning.
The cacti?
Neither the goats from neither side can go into this area and feast because it looks like there has been a lot of fighting here. There are dead goats and dead cactuses all over the place.
I think I figured it out.
Oh, go ahead.
No, it's probably a horrible analysis or sympathesis or any other issues. Maybe these two keeps are neighbors and they had goats and these person's goats kept eating the other goats' grass and then they all got powers so one person could create the battle goats, one person created giant fighting cacti because why the hell not? And now they battle it out for the feeding grounds. This is if I was a crazy Jason GM.
What
is
in
your
those
head,
words that you've
Jason?
said?
So
that
Fairel,
was Bonnie's words. Like seriously, what is in your head? What is happening?
So Fairel, next session you get an extra hero point.
Oh,
because that looks exactly like what is happening here. Is that it literally looks like a battle between two goat herders. And now that you're looking at it, one side the cactuses have like red armbands, and the castle has red banners, and the battle goats are wearing blue.
I would really like to do something.
I was gonna say, my fellow companions, this is a turf war.
Okay, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I think I believe that is true. I also think this is ridiculous, and we almost died so many times because of stupid battle goats. And I would like to use a different word here, but I'm not going to do it right now. I cast Bullhorn on myself, which is a cantrip from Secrets of Magic, which just makes me basically yell super loud. Everybody can hear me from 500 feet around. So I just start I get on my soapbox and I activate Bullhorn. Everybody who's involved in this goat war, I will have you know, you have hurt me, my companions, our familiars, or pets, so I don't really know what Fang is, and it's going to stop right now. We are enigmas from Absalon coming to your little town to try to fix you and save you, and we are just getting beaten up left, right, and center by your stupid magic. Don't know how to understand, and I need both of you to get out here right now. We are going to talk.
And
you're being really loud.
At that, you hear "Tring," and you look up as a giant barrel cactus has been fired at you from a catapult from the keep, and that is where we are going to end it here today. That is where we're going to call it.
I swear, I thought a battle goat was being shot at us like in Mighty Python with the cow. Like,
yes.
Like if there was a goat flying through the air right now, I quit this campaign.
No, worse.
Nope, we've got a giant barrel cactus being fired at you from a catapult, and that is where we're going to call it here today, everybody. But before we go, I'm going to throw it around the horn and let everybody tell you a little bit about themselves and where you can find them on the internet.
Yes, I'm Xander Jeanneret playing Ingot, your crystal wizard dwarf, and you can find me at Xanderific with 2 R's and 1 F. My main hub is Twitter, but I also stream sometimes here on Twitch. I've got storytelling pretty much every night of the week, so follow me to find my schedule.
And I am Michelle Bradley. You can find me everywhere on the internet at I am Chubby Bunny, especially on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me here every Wednesday, obviously, and every Tuesday at Hunters Entertainment's Twitch channel doing some zombie things. It's incredibly scary. And this Friday, you can find me over on the Role Players Twitch channel doing some D&D and stuff.
Yes, London Carlisle. Follow me at London Carlisle on Twitter. You can follow all of the streams that I do there. Between now and next time you see Don you can find me on Stream of Blood, on Better Than Heroes, and then, of course, back here next week. See you then.
And hello, everyone. My name is Bonnie Gordon. You can find me on Mondays on Q Times on the Star Trek RPG Clear Skies. You can also check out my socials. I have a bunch of crazy announcements that'll eventually happen, but you know that NDA life, so who knows when that'll be. But check me out, and I'll have some solo music coming up soon, being posted within the next couple of weeks. So, hooray!
And I am Jason Bullman. I am the director of game design at Paizo. You can find me at all the various social media platforms.
BattleGoat.
At battlegoat.com. Wait, no, that's not it. It's at / Jason Bullman. That's JASONBULMAHN. I've got a few little things coming up this week. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be on Cannon Fodder on the Glass Cannon Network talking about some games I just ran, but I'm also going to be talking a little bit about Secrets of Magic. That's going to be at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow morning, so that's fun. But other than that, you can always catch me on my own Twitch playing random video games. But I do hope you will come back here next week for another installment of the exciting Goat War. Those of you who noticed part 1, next week, tune in for the Goat War part 2. Thank you for watching, everybody, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye! That'll go.